All right, I just wanted to get a quick type test for this machine because I am putting it on eBay for $1 whole. Not buy it now for $1 whole, but it'll start its bid at $1 and you can go from there. Whoever decides what the value is going to be the final price for this hand-painted typewriter. Here's the type sample. This is a test of this machine, and this is the way that this machine types. I'm reading through a camera lens. This is really nice to use, and this machine is going to be a good typer for someone in the near future. Thanks to Lucas Dull for pointing out that I had a flat roller on there. I am human, so when I go over these machines, I do overlook little details every once in a while, but the devil is in the details, and I'm glad I have somebody like Lucas that can point out those things for me. So we got a new set of feed rollers on there. This is an Elite machine. It's been completely cleaned and taken apart, and not taken apart completely, but the shell was off and the machine was cleaned and adjusted and tuned so the thing works as it should. It has new rubber feet, new 3D printed rubber feet from another member of the community. So this is kind of like a whole community effort to get this thing back into shape. It has my dealer shift that I like to add to these glass keyed machines, because when I first started out I said I wasn't going to do glass keyed machines because they were somewhat sacred, and then I realized there's about 1 million broken Royal Ps out there that are in need of some love. So I do take on a couple of these glass keyed machines every once in a while, mostly the ones that are completely in need of help. But this is all hand painted, guys. I went in here by hand, and so you'll notice that sometimes there's some jaggedy, but if you know, I was a little self-conscious about my attempt at painting this, but I looked at some of the older machines. Like this is based off of like the Salters of the early 1900s, and if you look really closely at those pinstripes, they're not perfect either. And I mean, there's only so much you can do with the brush and the human hand, and I am not good with the brush. I'm good with an airbrush and a paint gun, but asking me to do kind of like line work like this, and then this, it's just reaction. This has clear coat. It has a 2-part polyurethane clear coat on it, so it'll last the test of time, but it reacted with the paint that I used, and so it kind of wrinkled it under. It kind of gives it a neat look, and it's smooth, completely smooth, and there's no bumps or anything, and it's protected. But that is what this checking is on this side. So when you look closely, you'll see some almost like folding action. The paint kind of started to shrink on itself. But that is what I encounter sometimes on these custom machines, and I try my best to learn the techniques and get them straightened out. And this paper table cover was pointed out that it was from an older machine, and that's correct, because this one was damaged in shipping, the original, and so I had an old machine, so I redid that, and I like this larger Royal logo, so I decided to throw that one on to this one. And we'll go to the sides here, we'll look at the front. There's the motif. There's still some wax on here. I'll get that off with the Q-tip before I ship it out. The motif carries around through this front of the machine with the simple diamonds and the hand pin striping. And then on the side here, we got the diamond look. And then on the pillars, I'm fond of doing these pillars in this square style. I have a couple other machines that look like that. And then the front has front pin striping too, all along the chin. And then on the rear, it's got this Art Deco look gold stamp with the pinstriping as well. And then this on the other side carries over this. But hopefully you guys like this one. The case, I went out and I searched all over for months to get a bunch of these square cases, because I like these square cases. I think they're stronger, they're more durable, and they're built better than the slanted ones. And they have the escapement lock release in there. I went and got new handles, ordered these handles from a leather maker, So all the Royal Peak cases have these handles. The only thing on this case that I have to mention is that one of the grabber guys, it popped off on this side. So it has 3 out of 4, and that ain't bad. No, it's not the greatest, but the machine holds down perfectly well, and then in shipping and transit, it will be wrapped to the case multiple times, so it won't go anywhere, and it doesn't really affect too much. But that's just something you have to be aware of. With these Royal cases, I'd always take them with a grain of salt, because they are 100 years old at least, and they are not to be trusted. The latches sometimes fling open. This one doesn't, but I've had them that happen in the past. So treat cases with care. When the machine is out, it is yours to do what you'd like. But if you guys like the serial number, this one is a P32496 with another little letter at the end there that looks like a G upside down. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get this one up, and hopefully you like it, and we'll get it to you wherever it rests.